Good evening, and I hope you all had a lovely day today. Everyone out there watching and those who are in the podcast with us today, we are here again on Thursday for our conversation about gaming. We are always here with Jazzy
Hello, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Megalixer,
Hey guys, how you doing?
OG Doubling,
What's up?
myself, Sir Rick, and our host, the one.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you everyone's doing well. Thank you again for joining us this evening, giving us your time on this gloomy Thursday if you're in Chicago with us, or sunny Thursday if you're somewhere else in the world. Again, thank you all for joining us, and let's get to talking about a subject that we like to talk about. What's happening in the world of gaming today? So let's start off with Mega, who had um, issues last week with his mic. So we're going to start with him first to get him off to a good start. What have you been playing, sir?
Should I start with this week or the past 2 weeks?
Just tell us what you've been playing. Since you that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What you've been playing. Doesn't matter how you choose to
I got
attack
a
it.
list.
Yeah, all right. Well, for this week, I played Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and F-Zero 99,
That's good.
and yeah, a few weeks ago, my friend came to my house and he brought some games over, and we played like plenty of multiplayer games. We played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. He brought over his PS3 copy of Call of Duty Black Ops, the first Black Ops, and
Oh,
we played
nice.
Zombies mode.
And Mr. Escobar speaking to you, Jazzy, and Sir Rich in
Oh,
the
hey,
chat.
what up, Blicky? Let me pull up
Hey,
the
what up,
chat.
Blake?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by.
Hey.
Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead.
But yeah, Zombies mode is fun. I'm going to have to he actually was fine with like letting me borrow his disc so I can play like the story, like the campaign mode. And
Okay, so
yeah,
what else did you
What?
play?
You getting into Call of Duty?
probably, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. You're in the game. Did you beat anything?
Did I be anything? Not quite.
Okay. Okay, so father like son. Let's go with your father. OG, what you been playing?
What you mean, father like son? Ain't beat nothing.
That's hey, you picked it up, huh?
Wah, wah.
Don't say it like that.
Oof.
OG, know I have
Yes,
to be
ain't
cutting
beat
some.
nothing.
Don't say it like
That was him being cutty, not me. I just said like father like son,
that.
which was implying gaming, right?
Just ain't beat nothing.
He
Ain't
gonna
good
keep
for
saying it.
nothing.
Hmm. Hmm.
I know. What have you been playing?
You know my usual baseball, Starfield. I need to create my new character for Diablo season two.
I did that today.
I guess you did that.
Did that today.
Yeah, seemed like everybody liking it from what I hear.
Yeah, I
They
just
put
hate
more work
starting over.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They put more work into it. It still ain't done, but it's better than it was.
and if you're on the Xbox, it's free this weekend.
Yep. So you go ahead and try it out.
Yep.
What is it? 10 hours or something like that?
Yeah, 10 hours.
10 hours.
Hey, but that's a demo. That's a good demo.
Yeah, that's an excellent demo because
Yeah.
even with EA games, you get the trial for 10 hours. Sony, you get two. So hey,
And the fact that that's your save file. So whenever you
yes,
decide to
yeah.
go ahead and get it, you already started.
Okay. Anything else, OG?
I did. I had one more. I did try. The Crew Motorfest.
You bought that?
Don't like it. Don't like. No, it
Okay.
was demo to the
Oh,
20th.
oh, okay. So,
Hated it.
okay, hated it. Okay.
Of
And so, by the way you started the conversation, I'm assuming you didn't beat anything.
course not, man. They ain't beat nothing, man.
Okay. Okay, Jazamoto, what about you?
I didn't beat anything. Um,
Play.
oh, I played. Yeah, I did play a little bit of Elden Ring, of course. What else? Call of Duty last night with their Halloween thing going on, so been checking that out. I know there is something else I've been
I
playing.
forgot it.
Skyrim. What else is on here? Oh yeah, and I got back into Dark Souls 2. Just for old time's sake, since I finished Elden Ring before I started a new game plus. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
All right. What about you, Sir Rich?
Man, we just
Let
whew.
me see. I played Diablo. I got to level 20 something in the new season.
Oh, you rolling because I'm only at level 3 and it took me like 5 minutes, but you get I'm leveled up quick. What else?
Hmm got back into Destiny too. You know, it's only a matter of time between that and For Honor.
Mm.
Liza P, Mortal Kombat. Didn't really beat anything. And Gotham Knights, I've been trying to get through that, but that's just a little bit too slow pace for my taste.
I don't
Cause
like
I,
the quest, the way the quest go, but okay. Yeah, I
yeah,
kind of.
like how
Both of
you
y'all
gotta
run.
collect
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
clues and then the next
yeah,
night you gotta
I'm
if
like,
not,
yeah,
man.
that I did a couple of levels. I'm like, okay, it's not gonna catch me.
Yeah, it's the fighting is slow. Like I'm sitting here like, okay, yeah. But the story is interesting. Because it's good it's cool to see that story play out in live action. But yeah, and I think that would be it. Because Diablo and Destiny, especially Destiny, been taking all the time. Oh, and I'll turn on that Dark Tide for a little while. Oh, and me and Jazz was playing Breakpoint. That's the one she was forgetting.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, because it was like seven, $10, $12 or something. I think it was like $12 for
Mhm.
the whole deluxe.
You put some hours
Oh,
into
okay.
that. That's fun.
Okay, let's see. I played From Space, which is kind of interesting and fun. Got back into Diablo as we just discussed.
Hmm
Played Dragon Age because of the Microsoft points. You have to do that for the awards program. So I got
Uh-oh.
the points for that this week. Yeah, y'all
I
be
need that.
yeah. To get them 250 points. I played Like a Dragon. Ishin. Yeah, I played that.
No,
Of
start from the
course.
beginning. I'm just messing with
Excuse
you.
me.
I said no, start from the beginning, but I'm just messing with you.
Oh no, that wouldn't happen. I already beat it, and it's cheated me out of a last achievement for the last dragon. You have to beat.
Ah,
I beat that dragon and never got the achievement. I'm like, I ain't
I
playing
will have to start over.
boo.
I'm gonna try and remember where I was, but
Oh my god, I was upset.
Start over.
no, I got like
Start over.
40 hours in that game. You know,
Mm.
Full time job.
if I start over, you got to stop talking. Well, he already stopped talking
I
about
played Forza. I played Forza, Gris, and I did go jump back into Battlefield last week, and surprisingly, it is fun. I had a great time in Battlefield.
it.
And those are all the games I played. Didn't beat anything. But I'm gonna get back into Starfield this week because I'm doing this old dumb quest, and a dumb quest is called sabotaging. I don't like sneaking. I like fighting. I don't believe you should be in
Hmm
space sneaking. I don't like doing anything with sneaking. So I'm trying to get myself through that piece of in that quest, and then I'll be happily doing what Double doing. Uh, Flying around in space trying to find things. All I'm doing now in Starfield is going back and forth, sneaking here, sneaking there, doing this, sabotaging this. But I'm gonna get through that this weekend, and that is going to be it. So let's get to the topics that we're going to discuss tonight. Those who are listening, again, thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe. And if you're on your cell phone listening, text your friends, say, hey, you got some friends listening or podcasting, tell them to join us. Again, thank you. And let's get started. Okay, earlier this week, there were a couple of bombshells that happened, and there are a lot of topics we're going to discuss tonight. One of the topics will be uh, the head of marketing, Bethesda, Pete Hines left, right? And people were saying that there are a host of reasons why he could have left. He left at the top of his game because Starfield came out and he waited and waited and waited. Although there could be some controversy to that because remember, he is the person that stated that why aren't our games coming to PS5 and you're letting Call of Duty or Activision Blizzard say Call of Duty. Why are we treating the PlayStation people any different? And he made an apology to the PlayStation uh, gamers saying, hey, I apologize about XYZ. But a lot of people gave him his kudos because he was the head of marketing and been there so for 25 years. And he's leaving in 24 years. So he's been there 24 years and he's leaving. I want to get your thoughts on that. What do you think could be one of the reasons why he left? You think he did a great job at Bethesda, about always doing great marketing, yada, yada, yada? And do you think he's just tired and said, hey, it's time to go? And we're going to start with you, OG.
I think it was a multiple things. He's getting tired.
Tired of what?
His job could heading Bethesda.
Really?
He's probably getting tired, and the
He's global
company that
marketing
changed
now.
hands back to Microsoft. Excuse me.
But was Bethesda doing okay, let me rephrase it. Yeah, Bethesda was going downhill, so to speak, because Fallout 76 launched with a lot of crap. If Microsoft hadn't purchased Bethesda when they did, Starfield would have released 2 or 3 years ago. Buggy is the devil. And do you think he would have been in the same
Oh
shape he's
yeah,
in? So let's think about that further. Do you think, okay, he's tired, right?
yeah,
Being at the same company for 25 years, 24 years. So he
Mm,
said, I'm ready. I got my golden parachute. It's time to go.
yeah. He ready. Hey, he's a millionaire. He's ready.
Okay.
54 years old.
So stop. Why didn't you give that same talk about Jim Ryan and that same talk when Bonnie, when she said she had to leave Microsoft for health reasons with Bungie? I mean,
uh,
343 Studios. Is it the same energy? They've been there for a long time. She said she had health issues, Bonnie, correct?
Right.
So
Hey, she probably really
use
did
that.
have health issues. Hey,
Okay, whatever.
oh,
Okay, so you're saying from your point of view that he left because he's tired, been there, and he launched his baby Starfield, so it was time to go. He said he won't leave on a high note.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
Uh,
mean, he's done. I think Todd. What next game? He's saying he's done. Elder Scroll.
and you know, Elder Scroll ain't
So
coming
I
out
think
for
they're
about
about.
more. Okay, Todd said he's going to leave in Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls don't even is not even in a state of anything yet. So that could be 5 to 6 years knowing that.
Yeah. So
Okay, so
that'll put him.
that'd have been over 30 plus years. Okay, that's good. But okay, so you're going to say, and you're going to stand by that ground that he's tired.
Yeah.
Okay, Chaz, what about you?
I think he's tired.
Okay, you gave your little 2 cents because
yeah.
that's all I'm giving you today, 2 cents. I'm gonna let you get two because you don't deserve to get five. So give
Nigga
me,
had these
Jazz. What about
two
yours?
pennies and that's it.
Right.
But nah,
He said,
I
Yeah,
think it's
right.
fair. It's fair to say he's tired, especially hey, there's Starfield. Hope y'all enjoy it. Peace. I'm out. Especially, well, this just a side thing, with all the hoorah about what Starfield doesn't have and all that. Just leave on a high note. Like I put it
okay,
out. I don't want to hear anything else.
Yeah, there you go. Leave on a high note. Yeah, see?
okay. Uh, I'm not gonna go with Surge. I'm gonna go Surge next. Um, Youngling, what about you, Mega?
So the biggest hint for me that I keep thinking about is that, well, he's been Bethesda for like 24 years, which means that he's really is doing something right for the company. So, for now, I'm going to like jump on the
Bandwagon.
he's tired bandwagon. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he's
Okay.
hiding like skeletons in the closet, which I don't know of, but yeah.
I'm not even worried about the skeletons. Okay, so you're gonna hop on that bandwagon, all right? What about you, Serge?
Yeah.
Hmm. I was thinking that maybe it was because of how the Starfield is. That was his last project. Maybe.
So you that was his last project, and you think he's ready to go because of that too?
Well, not because he was tired, just like this is my last project, and I'm gonna move on. I honestly think in the back of my mind, I feel like he was asked to step down, but piece of me think it was just time. But who knows?
Okay.
They might be ready for new leadership and asked him to step down, but I don't know.
Ew. Somebody's giving the critical analytical thinking today. Okay, you finished because
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to. Okay. Okay. I remember having a conversation, and I'm going somewhere. I got to go back before I go forward. It was a text. I had a text conversation earlier this week with someone, and they were like, "Well, I'm tired of what I'm doing, and I want to do something else, but I want to retire." Okay. I say when those people are in the streets, and what I meant by people in the streets are the people who are like developers who are in the trenches all day. I can see those people getting ready to retire because they're the ones who doing the real work. Do you guys agree? Look at your careers. Do you think you guys on the executive level, or if you was at the executive level, you'd be like, hey, I can stay here for like 10, 20 years. I'm not doing that much because all the people below me are really doing work. I'm just taking credit for
If we were in that position,
it. I'm asking a question
mm,
because somebody said they ready to retire in a couple of years, and I'm wondering when they're gonna pick up. And they were like, but see, those are the more or less type of people in the trenches because you are fatigued a lot. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
these executives are fatigued to the way you guys are thinking to make them, oh, I did 24 years. Okay. You're not doing what these
mm,
low level developer people are, or it's like somebody, let me get another way.
I didn't mean like fatigue, like all this work.
We,
Like
Yeah.
we
I
can't say
think,
they're not having mental
yeah,
man.
I'm thinking like,
Mm.
I put in my effort. Like, look what I created. I'm going to go on vacation or something. Like that. That's what I mean. Like, take a break. I'm like, oh, blood, sweat, and tears.
Okay. Okay. Do you guys remember when Xbox purchased Bethesda and they were like, Starfield's not coming to PlayStation? Pete Hines was the only one. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's go into time warp. Let's go back in time. I think Phil Spencer, he was at that interview. All of them were at the interview with Phil when they did that fireside chat. You remember that talk? And Phil said, we're going to put our games where Game Pass exists. Do y'all remember that comment?
Yeah,
Mm.
Okay, so
yeah,
if
we remember.
you remember that,
We remember.
was Pete Hines sitting down right next to them?
That I
Yes, he
don't know.
was.
Hmm.
Well, he was.
Mm,
Pete Hines. Okay, well, I'm answering the question for you. Pete Hines was sitting there. So I asked you that question, OG, specifically because you understood what he meant, right? Phil
yeah.
Spencer. You understood what he meant. He said we're going
Yeah.
to put our games where
Still
Game
with Phil
Pass
Spencer's
exists. Was Pete Hines sitting there? Yes, he
well,
was.
Game Pass exists.
Okay. Okay. Was Pete Hines sitting there?
Well,
Okay. So Pete Hines sends an email a couple of months later when Activision Blizzard was getting bought, and Phil was saying more or less, and I'm paraphrasing, this game, all our games are going to stay on PlayStation. Pete Hines writes an email. Well, why are they treated any different? Why are our games are not going to be on PlayStation? Or in a sense, uh, what's his face needs to be able to answer that question. Why is he asking the question when he already knew the answer? And if you read the email the way he was going, it seemed like he was kind of upset about it. And that got out in the court case. You remember the court case when that came out? Remember that?
yeah,
Okay, strike number one.
yeah.
Strike number two to me. Well, when he got out and apologized to all those people with PlayStation, oh, I'm sorry, our games won't come to you. Why do I have to be sorry?
Mm.
I mean, even I would have never, even if I did feel that this company bought me, I owe my allegiance to the company that bought us and saved us. They are paying your check. So you are the head of marketing. So you should say, hey, if you can't answer anything, don't say anything at all. And he got out there and jumped because do you think they would have said the same thing if it was the other way around? PlayStation ball. Do you think Pete Hines would have said, I'm sorry for Xbox? Do you think anybody would have said, I'm sorry for Xbox?
Nope.
And Starfield launched, right? And why is it the week after the Bethesda acquisition that he announces he's leaving?
Hmm.
You guys say Starfield. I say he saw the food chain and it hit on what Sergio was saying. I don't think he had anywhere to go. I don't think he saw that he was going to move up in leadership. He was going no further, and I don't think this is me. And if you look at Phil Spencer's post tweet, he was like, "We're going to miss him more. I wish him the best." That's kind of like the same thing he said about Jim Ryan. Something quick, boom, done. Somebody that you really have a good working relationship, you get out there and write a nice letter eulogizing him, not in a negative sense, but in a positive way. That he is going to be missed. He's done this. He's done this. He was the heart of marketing at Bethesda. Did you see Phil say that?
Well, well,
I'm
well.
asking
Phil
you.
did
I'm
say
not.
bye, Pony.
I didn't, but I
But
that
but
that.
but my point was it was very quick, was it not? Did you say go back and see what Phil said about Jim Ryan? Real quick, done. Go back and see what he said about other people that he respected. It's a nice tweet about that person. And you think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think I was the only one that everybody else started doing. I was the first one to say this. And I tweeted this. I was like, well, maybe he can go work for Sony because I think he left.
That's he gonna be announcing that 6 months from now.
I think the writing was on the wall. I don't think he saw anywhere he could go at Sony, at Microsoft. The company is so big now with the gaming division. Where could he go?
Like,
Because I
go have
think
fun.
with all these marketing divisions, they're going to have to merge a lot of this um,
Yeah,
divisions.
it's redundancy.
It's going to be a lot of redundancy. So run with that. And me, I'm gonna keep thinking that he left because he knew he couldn't go anywhere, and he burned some bridges because I thought it was embarrassing. Maybe it's me when that email leaked, and he seemed confrontational in the email. Well, why didn't anybody tell us? You work for me. Did you not hear me say that? And I'm speaking if I was Phil. Did you not hear Phil say games? It would be where Game Pass exists. I don't understand if you didn't hear that. Why would you even send me an email if you didn't understand where that came from? Why would that be a question? And that brought to me, it showed they weren't on the same page. And what do they tell you
Anyway,
now in corporate? What do they tell you now in corporate America? Don't put anything in writing. If you got something to say to somebody, pick them up and call us so you can't have it written down.
Yep, because they'll
Mm-hmm.
bring it up, they'll
And
forward it. They'll
there you go.
It'll
So
go
they
to
can't say
everybody
you
that
There
you
you go.
transfer
trusted to
your
burn you up.
email.
There you go. You're gonna get burned. Pick up the phone and call me. Do not put anything in writing. One on one. But double, you can have your opinion. I'm gonna think he was short. And I seriously think they were ready to get rid of him. And I think the writing was on the wall. But maybe I'm wrong. I just think he burned bridges.
Yeah, the way
They-
he moved viciously over the
I
years
mean,
finally caught up with him.
the reason why I say that is because okay, you spent 24 years and you got one more game coming out. And a lot of people said because of Redfall 2, he probably took a hit on it because of Redfall and how Redfall was
True.
released not ready. But Phil took the hit for that. But maybe Pete Pete was in marketing, so I can't see. Well, I guess he can get in trouble for marketing one part of the game, but that wasn't the actual game that was ready for the gamers.
Hmm.
Needless to say, he can get in some trouble for that. But you just got bought by one of the biggest companies in the world, and you're not putting out another game for a real game in the Bethesda side. I'm not talking about all the other games, but the Bethesda side, and you worried about only Elder Scrolls 6. You mean to tell me you can't worry about and collect a big check and wait till the company is fully merged, unless they got the Microsoft stock options and they traded all that and said, okay, well, give me my dividends and all that. And everybody said, well, he's going to get something. Well, they were a private company. They weren't a publicly traded company. So we don't know what options they got or anything of that nature. So you're saying they are retiring, but it's true. But unless they were there and they got all the good options as being part owners, we'll see.
I'm pretty sure.
What you sure about?
I'm pretty sure he got all the stock options and everything that he got coming to him.
They weren't a publicly traded company. So what stock options did they get? Bethesda, that is.
I'm talking about him in particular. I'm pretty sure he left fat
I'm
Yeah,
sure he
that's
got
what he
something.
said.
with whatever. Yeah.
I'm sure he got something. Okay. Now we're going to segue over to like a double topic. And it's going to be what we're going to call the Game Pass effect. And remember, everyone said something about Starfield is going to hurt. Game Pass is going to hurt Starfield, and Game Pass is going to hurt Liza P. Y'all remember that rhetoric?
Hmm.
Well, Starfield is now
Yeah.
the seventh best selling game this year, and it only was out a month. The seventh best, and it's only been out 1 month. That's excellent.
Yeah,
Even with the Game Pass,
that's real good
even with the
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass,
with the
and
Uber
Liza,
Eats.
yes, and Liza P selling 1 million copies in less than a month.
Mm.
So, what do y'all think about that Game Pass effect? Do you think Game Pass is the rhetoric that Game Pass is hurting games? Because I don't think it is. And what do you think
Oh.
about Starfield selling as many games as it did? And it wasn't the little add-on. If you have Game Pass, then you pay the $30 for the extra. It wasn't that. It had to be the original. The whole game was the whole game is what they're counting, not add-ons or DLC.
Yep.
And the streams are tabulated separately from that.
Right. What are your thoughts, Serge? What do you think about
Um,
Starfield and all the negative hype, but yet it did so well?
I think that people were harsh on the game, but at the same time, it people didn't. It's the same thing that always happens. People think they're getting a different game than what they're gonna get.
Are people going to negative have a negative opinion because it's not on their platform?
That some of that too. Yeah,
Oh, it's a good
A
part
definitely.
of that.
lot of
Yeah.
that. Oh.
Yeah,
It's a yeah.
it's a ton of that. But honestly, I think it's good just to have new games doing good in general, especially
Yes,
new
100%. 100%.
IPs.
New IPs.
So that's good in general, in my opinion. And like I said, Starfield is a game that's like it's gonna have the Skyrim thing. Like 10, 12 years from now, it's gonna be a totally different game.
Hmm.
So and we
When
have
you
a
got
long way to go.
exactly. What about you, Jazz?
I think it's great. When we talked about this before, I had anticipated, um, you know, a good amount because Game Pass gives you that opportunity to play stuff that you probably wouldn't even think about, which I
Got that
enjoy
right.
personally. Um,
Peppa.
but yeah, Peppa, yeah, right. Anyway, we'll talk about Potato Mountain later. Um, but I think it's pretty cool. Um, yeah. Dang it, Peppa threw me
I
off.
wouldn't have played Pepper. I wouldn't have played Pepper.
If it wasn't
I'll
for
be
them
honest with
points.
you. I would exactly.
But you know what?
I
Points are
could
points, and we
speak
like
for the
free
whole
money.
crew. I can speak for the whole crew. None of us would have played that game.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I think
But them
yeah, going
points
back
was
to
tasty.
Yes.
going back to Starfield, even with all the hoopla, like I said, it's good because it gave a lot of people the opportunity to play something that they probably wouldn't have played. Um, and it being a Bethesda game, the Forever games, which I enjoy.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think it's happening again.
You're
Just
still here.
Going out.
yeah, just because I'm getting like disconnected
Mm.
and connected back.
Well, go to where you go to where your father is, because apparently wherever you are in the East Wing, the reception's
Yeah,
not
they ain't
good.
working.
Yeah, I
And your
don't know
father's in the
why.
West Wing.
Because my
Your
internet
father's in the West Wing.
Well, it could be someone else. A bunch of people using Wi-Fi, so
Yeah.
perhaps.
it happens with the use.
Hold up, it could be me. Some could be automatically downloading.
Yeah, could
Let
be
me
a
check.
switch hooked
Check
up
them
or anything.
updates.
All right, what were
Yeah.
you saying, Jazz?
Um.
Stop downloading, OG.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Just
Okay.
the fact I'm excited to have another Forever game. It hasn't really grasped me yet, but I'm more into it versus when I first started. If that makes sense. So.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because you have to at least play 6 to 7, 8 to 10 hours before you
Mhm.
really get into the game. And if you're not even that far in it, it
20.
doesn't even start making sense. Yeah, because I'm at 40, 60 hours already.
And I love me some Bethesda. Like I'm playing Skyrim again. I'm still in ESO. Like, come on, y'all,
Oh,
I'm rooting for
Skyrim's
you.
off the chain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And I didn't,
Skyrim
I
is
mean,
insane now. Like,
right.
yo, this is
It
crazy.
took me a it took me a second to get into Skyrim until I got all my powers and all that. And once I started building up, I'm like, oh, Skyrim is off the chain.
Rich and powerful. Foos Road dog.
Mm, oh,
Woosah.
okay. Mega, you still there?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I guess we lost some OG.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay.
No,
What are
okay.
your thoughts? What are your thoughts before we lose you?
About Starfield doing well, right?
Yeah, Starfield and Lies of P, because I don't think you played either, have you?
I've played Starfield, but not Lies of P.
Okay.
Yeah,
So how do you
but
think it did?
I think it's really good that Starfield is selling well because like I know there's plenty of other like exclusive Series X and S games that came out years, but I think Starfield was like the first one to like hit, you know,
Hmm.
and like capture people. And
And
I
Starfield.
think it's well
Oh,
deserved because like the game itself is good and I know I'm saying this even though like only put in like 6 hours, 7 hours into the game. But but even with those like first few hours, I was already like, yeah, I'm definitely going to it's definitely going to be like that type of game where I spend over like 100 hours into.
hmm. What about you, OG?
Yeah.
Is OG back?
Me, yeah, I'm here. I wanted to say, I mean, even with the Game Pass, the hype was just too strong for
Exactly.
Starfield. So I mean, even casuals was asking me about it. So that's how I know. That's how I know that it was gonna be a success
It reached the regular
because
folk.
yeah.
Good thing
What is
good
that?
thing you mentioned that
This?
because one of my friends was like aware of it and he doesn't really like he's not really into gaming that much.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
people that's not even the Xbox dudes, that people we know was asking us about Starfield. So that's how I know
well,
it was the reach. It had big reach.
well. Here's the thing about that, and I think Starfield did well, and I think if Microsoft. Speaking of that, I got my Starfield wrap yesterday, so I wrapped it around my Xbox, and it looks hype. It's white, and everyone got
Ooh.
theirs yesterday, and to me, it was great. It was great. I'm happy I bought it. But what I will say, and I'm going
Wow.
to excuse me.
I said, oh wow.
Yeah, I'm going to digress for a second about Starfield because I think there's a lot people missed in Starfield where, okay, I'm not trying to compare the two, so please don't think that. But the granular level that Starfield goes into, and I think those who played it will understand what I'm saying. I can see why the game did so well. The game is so immersive where they can keep adding on to Starfield for 10 years and it'll be easy. Even if the engine changes or they update the engine and the next Xbox and PC comes out and they say, okay, we're going to make the game 4K 120. I'm making that up. But if they can, I could see them doing that. But I'm going to compare it to another game. But when I say compare it, I'm not comparing it, but I'm comparing it as far as people are trying to compare them and they're not comparable. We haven't played Spider-Man out. And that's going to be one of our
Yes.
topics. We
Mm-mm.
we we
Stop.
haven't played. Hold on. We haven't played Spider-Man yet, but you can go around the city in Spider-Man, right? But you can't go in the buildings like you can go in the buildings in Starfield. You can't open up desk. You can't open up a refrigerator. You can't work on machines. Now, a lot of that stuff may be somewhat a little bit um, repetitive, but it's going into a cave and being able to find things in the cave, find monsters in the cave. And when I say monsters, alien life in the cave. And for them to go that deep, granular into a video game where Spider Man is going to be fun, I'm not going to have a problem with that. I'm not going to buy it tomorrow. I can promise you that. I'll probably buy it next year because I'm just, I like Starfield type of games. And I hadn't even finished the other stuff, Spider-Man yet. So I haven't even finished the first one. I haven't gotten to Miles Morales, but that just tells you a lot right there. But The two games are different and they're being compared, and the two games cannot be compared because of they're just two different worlds of type of games. Because to me,
Totally different. You know?
when even look at it on this level, you can get in a ship, and there are tons of different types of ships in Starfield. Am I right or wrong?
Hmm.
And you can go around the ships.
Right.
And I mean, people need to understand that the granular level that no one's giving Bethesda the credit for how they designed that and went that deep into the video game. Spider-Man, you flinging around, you fast traveling, you beating up characters. Yes. Starfield, they had to think about space, meaning travel, space travel, actually building mechanics,
Even
because
having
it's
to
hard to build
dock.
in Starfield. It is hard. I mean, you got to know how to build in Starfield. You got to know how to build a ship in Starfield. You got to worry about gravity in Starfield. You got to worry about oxygen in Starfield. Because if you're running, you got to worry about the cold in
Yep.
Starfield. You got to. It's so many different pieces and parts you have to worry about in Starfield, where people don't look at that from a gaming level and say, you know what? Just in those aspects alone, they knocked it out the park because they make you think every bit of the way for what you're doing. Like if you're on a cold planet, if you're on a cold planet, every last one of us that plays Starfield knows this. You're on a cold planet, you got frostbite. Tell me you haven't gotten frostbite.
Yep.
Hmm.
Ooh, side note,
So
they did
you,
add that to Skyrim too. If you want to play
yeah,
the survival mode.
but right. But my point is, they can you get frostbite in Spider-Man?
Nope.
Okay, but it's my what I'm trying to say is the granular level they did that. You can get sick, you can break a bone, you can
So those are
you can.
compared more to the survival games.
Shoot, I got the
But my
sniffles
whole
right now. I
point
don't know
is
why
that
she's sick.
but they're comparing two games that you really can't compare. And Starfield is totally different, and they should never compare the two. But since people are, I'm trying to compare and contrast the two differences of the game because I can guarantee you,
It's like they're
Spider
both
Man.
open world, but
No, one is
Starfield
open
has like
world. Hold
RPG
on, hold
stuff.
on, hold on, hold on. Yes,
Open world.
hold
Open
on.
world.
OG,
Oh
OG.
my
Get
goodness,
this.
OG going
Let me
crazy.
get this. Let me get this.
You're
No,
like, what?
okay, let me get this. Let me get this.
Okay.
No, Spider Man is open world. Starfield's open galaxy.
Haha.
Totally
Bazinga.
different.
Well, open city.
Totally.
It's open city. It's a city on the planet when you could go to
Yeah,
many
I mean,
cities on
It's
many
like open
planets.
world.
And,
Psh,
you're open world. You can call it what
get
you
out of
want.
here.
Yeah, open city. But that's the point. I think they knocked it out the park. So I just wanted to give my 2 points that I think the game is good. I think the game's gonna it can easily do 5 years before they can put out. And I don't want them to actually put out any additional uh, download content for at least till June or July. Put that out because people are still playing this game.
hmm
Yeah, give us a
and if you
chance.
do, if you putting
Hold
something
up.
out, incorporate it in the game, like extra missions or something like that,
Yeah.
or like a
Hey,
different
oh,
alien
they're gonna put
species or something.
exclamation that yeah, they're gonna be alien. What about the Andromeda Galaxy? What if they just add a whole Andromeda Galaxy on
Yeah, easily.
it?
It
Easy,
has been
easy.
discovered. This
Yes.
wasn't discovered before. Now it's like it's easy.
My only pet peeve, and then we can move on. My only pet peeve that they could have did with this game, and you guys are gonna be like, yeah, that's true. For inclusiveness, inclusive is had a person that was in a wheelchair, couldn't walk, able to be able to put on a spacesuit that'll make him
Huh.
able to walk and give him
Hmm.
all the you. That is the only thing that I think they could have done because you're looking at space, you're looking at 250 150, 200 years, 300 years in the future. Are you saying that we're going to be able to cure all those disabilities?
Yes, that
Or
was
if
the
they
point I was
still,
gonna say.
yeah, okay, yeah. But you have to make the people here and now feel that way. You can't make people assume that.
Yeah, true.
You- So,
Address it.
so that's it. That's all I wanted to say about that. And I think kudos to the game, and if Microsoft does it right, they got a lot of uh, they can gain a lot of additional traction with Starfield. Okay,
Yep.
so since we on that topic, since we were talking about Spider-Man, let's jump on the Spider-Man. What do you guys think about the Spider-Man reviews coming out? 909. It was a 9.1, now it's 9.0. Do you think it's justified based off some of the um, video footage from the gameplay that's been seen of all the bugs? Like somebody was running or crawling inside an empty building. Did y'all see that?
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one, and then falling under the train. Y'all didn't see that?
Man, I'm not a stickler for like that. I didn't see that one.
Oh wow, it was a
Mm-mm.
lot of.
I showed Serge the other.
You say what?
I showed Serge the bike. I showed Serge the one on. He was on a bike.
Oh yeah, when the
Peter
bike
Parker.
went under. Yeah, that was silly too. What do y'all
That was
think?
a killer.
You think it's worth a 9, or do you think that the reviewers are somewhat disingenuous and just was going to give it a 9 because it's Sony and Spider-Man? Jazz,
I think it's good.
because we haven't played it, so this is all based off what we haven't
Uh,
seen. We're just
Yeah, I
basing.
haven't played it. I ain't played it.
I mean, I guess it's funny. I saw a meme today that said, "I'm about to share with y'all Spider-Man carrying PS5." Like that's not nice. But I don't know. I haven't played. I can't really say. It looks good, and lots of people were
No,
talking about it.
I'll get
So
it. I mean, it's
it's
going to have to
valid.
hype. Yeah,
I mean, it's Spider Man's.
Yeah,
it's Spider-Man, right?
exactly. Yeah, so sure.
It's definitely a get, but I won't be getting it soon. I can promise you, because
Hey,
I
like
haven't.
like everybody say, Spider Man, Spider Man.
To be honest, I like God of War more than I like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I mean, how many times you go hit the same
The
section?
PS4 God of War game compared to Spider-Man 1 on PS4.
I said I. That means me. The word I means me. Like God of War, but not like Spider-Man. Ain't gonna change it. Did you play
So
either
like
one?
the series in general.
The first Spider-Man and the God of War, was it the last God of War? Not the one that just came out, the one prior, the one that they remade,
Yeah, God of War
Yeah,
2018.
2018,
Yeah.
and the first Spider-Man.
I
I
think
think
I can agree with that
I
because I
think I enjoyed
beat
them about
God
the
of War,
same.
but Spider Man, I had trouble doing it because it's repetitive.
yes, I got tired of the repetitiveness in Spider-Man real quick, and I think
It
that's what stopped me.
is.
But
It's
the story in
And as
God of
for
War,
me, I can't. I
the
was gonna
story
say,
in
as
God
for
of
me, I
War
can't
kept.
say anything. I don't play those two.
You say what?
I said, as for me, I can't really say nothing. I haven't played those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, OG, in the reviews?
I think that I do think the reviews is a little fluff because it is a Sony game.
Biased for
And
them? Yes. Yes.
He
Fluff.
said,
oh
okay, okay.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, sure, for sure. The game is probably really an 8.
Yeah, I agree.
It's probably really an 8. And like you said, it's repetitive.
It's too
I
repetitive.
I played Spider-Man 1. I played Miles Morales. Um, I enjoyed Miles Morales better than the first
Oh,
Spider-Man
you
because
enjoy
Miles
Miles
Morales,
Morales.
yeah,
That's
Miles
an
Morales got
interesting
better
take
powers.
because a lot of people think otherwise.
Okay, what
I
about
like
you,
the Miles
Serge?
better.
Okay, what about you, Serge?
What is the question? What are we going over? I know it's Spider
Are the
Man, but what's the
are
actual question?
are the reviews justified, or do
For
you think
Spider
they were
Man,
fluff? Yeah,
I
based off
think it's
your not.
honestly just hype, like honest sheer hype, and because I mean it's Spider Man, and like I was telling OG, I was looking at the gameplay, and I was like, didn't we do that Shocker? Like, is that a flashback of the Shocker fight sequence? Because I remember doing that in the first one, but like recycled pieces and stuff like that. But Spider Man just a continuation of a story, so because this is like the third one in the in the line. So people just excited. And
Five,
how many games came
Five.
out on PlayStation this
And they
year,
said
like exclusives? Like
only two. Well,
so,
how many? It's what they say the game's only 10 to 11 hours, 10 to 12 hours.
yeah. And they didn't get many exclusives this year either. They
Mm-mm.
just got the basic games.
Speaking of somebody, I saw somebody watch this video, Richard Review Tech. And it's the only time you ever heard me say somebody another. I'm not going after him, but I think he's been being disingenuous because he said, and I wanted to respond to him. He said because of Xbox not having any games this year and complaining. I'm like, but wait a minute. I think you should have said it, rephrased it, because I'm being a stickler. It's been a history in the past that they've had no games. They put out 3 or 4 games this year. In comparison to Sony, only
That's
put
right.
2 exclusives
That's
this year.
right.
One. So I say when people keep carrying this narrative, they're being just disingenuous. And he's very disingenuous because to get people to do get likes and views. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's the way I look at it because we got Forza, we got even Redfall wasn't great. You got that. You got Starfield. You got
You
what's the
got four. You got four.
yeah,
You got Hi-Fi Rush,
I Rush,
Redfall,
Redfall,
Starfield,
and
Forza.
yep.
You got four
Those
exclusives
don't
this
count
year.
though. Those don't count. Indies don't count. Only AAA's count.
All them Xbox games. So, but it was just the fact that
Mm.
uh, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as Spider-Man, it's going to be a good game. It's going to sell well. But here's how it's going to sell very well, and I guarantee Sony does this. It's not going to sell because people are buying it. It's going to sell because Sony is going to do their tried and true every holiday. What is that?
Bundle.
There you go. The bundle. They're going to put the Spider-Man PS5 bundle, and every
Hmm.
sales, they're going to count that as a unit. That is going to be the key to how they're going to say it's going to sell so well. And again, before November 1st, this is me. If I was Sony, if the game doesn't hit, and I'm saying it again, OG, me, I'm saying it. If the game doesn't hit 5 million by then, I would. If I was Sony, I'd be pissed. You got 50 million PS5s in the world.
It's gonna hit five.
You think so?
Yeah. It's the only game. It's all they got. That's all Sony
Bless you.
got.
Bless you. Okay, we'll see.
Everybody
All
don't
right.
play GT. Everybody will play that. They'll play Spider-Man.
I'll play God of War before I play Spider Man. That's on the real. Okay, let's get to this other subject.
Spider-Man's an icon.
Marvel, yeah, that's not a Sony property. Okay, let's get this one. Earlier this week, earlier last week, late last week, because I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. Microsoft finally closed that acquisition and the CMA, which is going to be our last topic, but I want to hit Sony first. Everyone is saying Sony has to respond. So there were rumors going, oh, they're going to buy Square Enix. They're going to buy, what's that company? What's the company called? The French company.
Uh,
Mm.
Which one?
They just
French
made
company.
Microsoft. Yeah,
Oh,
Microsoft made the deal
you
with
talking about Ubisoft?
Ubisoft. Ubisoft, yeah,
Ubisoft?
Ubisoft, yeah.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft?
Okay, so they're saying
That sounds too big.
they're saying they can buy them. They are saying they can buy. They need to respond. My opinion, and what I want you guys to explain to me. How do you think Sony can respond? Should they respond? Do they need to respond? Sony's still the biggest. People are saying, well, maybe they need to buy which is not going to happen. I'm just going to throw these three out here: Ubisoft, uh, the makers of Cyberpunk, EA, Take Two.
That's
What are
something.
your thoughts, uh, Jazz? What are your thoughts? How do you think Sony should respond?
Um, hopefully in a nice way. um,
I'm not gonna let you off with that one. Give me what you
oh
mean by
boy.
nice.
A civil way.
No, what I
um,
mean by that is, do we think they need to buy another company to keep up with Microsoft?
um,
EA, Take
I
Two,
I don't know, honestly. I would say yes on one hand. On the other hand, I would say no.
and give
Only,
me reason why for both.
yeah. So I'm gonna say yes because it sounds like, I mean, it has potential to be a good business move, obviously, for obvious reasons. Um,
Why to keep
plus
them from
it'll
holding back everything, keeping everything on the PlayStation?
no see and see that and that was part of my no, but it's so good on paper. It looks good on paper. I will say no for that reason, yes, because the tendency to be greedy, as well as I know they didn't you say they were basically broke, and the reason they were acquiring all these companies is so they can get more revenue and all that. So maybe they're still trying to scrounge. I don't know,
A little bit around that. I'm going to, yeah. They're not.
for
Okay,
lack
go
of
ahead.
better terms, but yeah.
Mm. Okay, what about you, Serge?
I just don't think they can afford such a thing.
That
Okay,
too, yeah,
thank you,
yes.
thank you.
That's let's see. I was trying to be nice about it, but yes, they ain't got no money to buy all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, what about you, OG?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I don't think they can afford to buy anybody right now. Do they need to respond? No, no. They just need to keep making their games. I don't know what Naughty Dog is up to. I don't know what Sucker Punch is up to. We don't even have a roadmap of what those other guys are up to. The developers that they do have, you know,
Hmm.
we don't know what's going on. Yeah, we don't know what's going on. But I definitely know they don't need to respond. Just keep doing what they've been doing. They got the mind share, you know.
That is exactly what they
So
have.
that would be
Mind share.
wise.
Okay. What about you, Mega?
Well, first and foremost, yeah, of course they can't buy EA or Ubisoft or Take Two, eh, because that's like owning a company and also owning the developers. That'll be an expensive that'll be an expensive move for them. And and do they need to respond? No, I really don't think so. Just move on and focus on what you got to do, you know? I would say this though, I'm not sure how long it will take, but whenever you get your new president for Sony Interactive Entertainment, I say do an introduction video and say, "Hi, my name is such and such. Here's what we got." And yeah,
Hmm.
that's about it.
That would be smart.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. Um, let's look at Sony's business model. Their whole thing is keep everything on PlayStation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say they do buy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just play with the fantasy world. Let's say they do buy EA, Take Two. If they buy EA, Madden has to say multiply because they don't own it. It'd be the same thing as baseball. If they buy Take Two, um, they're going to be 25 billion in the hole because they only have probably 8 billion cash, so they're going to have to borrow. So they're in the hole plus all the additional debt they have already. Since PlayStation games, or not games, certain PlayStation games sell, but as of late, because no one wants to admit this, that $70 price tag is not sitting well with a lot of people because otherwise a lot of these games would sell. Amazingly, Starfield did well, but that's because it's on PC and Xbox. But when you add you look at the history that's why I asked Double in the very beginning, how many of them games gonna sell on PlayStation? Spiderman, I said 5 million in the first week. Do you? Let's go with Take Two. Do you know what they said that budget is for the Grand Theft Auto 6? Does anyone know what the rumored budget is?
No, but I
50
know it's
million.
ass.
I don't
Oh, they're
know.
No,
talking five to
no,
six.
that's
You
like
lost.
I'm
Wait a minute, I'm gonna
teasing.
say this
300
again.
million, four
Uh,
hundred million, some
okay,
Now,
ridiculous
okay.
mess
I
like
now,
said
Let's
that.
step back.
500
now,
million.
here's the
Let's
thing.
step back. Let's step back. Let's step back. This is the rumor. Look it up, because I this is a rumor. The budget for Grand Theft Auto 6 is already
A billion. I was
Jeez,
a
I
lowballing.
was half.
billion,
Good
a
googa.
billion. So if Sony bought them for 25
That's
billion,
crazy.
and do you think every PlayStation owner is going to buy Grand Theft Auto 6 if it's
Almost
only
every.
stays exclusive to them? No.
No,
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
it's
But
too
the
much
only
money to
thing that
be
they
handed out
have,
already. Well,
is they have a mobile app. They do sell mobile. But my point is, where are they going to get the money? That's my whole point. Sony does not have the money. Now, they can make some smaller purchases. People are like, well, they're going to buy this, they're going to buy that. Square Enix doesn't. I don't think they're going to buy Square Enix because Square Enix is making deals with Microsoft. And I think a lot of these mid-sized publishers, if you cannot be bought, right? Any of these mid-sized, I'm talking about Ubisoft or any of the Japanese developers, if you are not bought by that company to give you the cushion, it makes no sense for you to make any game exclusive. Square Enix knows that. Look at Final Fantasy 16. Did not sell. Look at although Baldur's Gate 3 did sell well on the PC, right? You
Yep.
didn't see
yeah.
it rank anywhere on the list for PlayStation.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it came in at 20, didn't it?
That was on overall. But
Overall,
being that, yeah, but the PlayStation brand is so big, PlayStation gamers are very picky about what they buy. I won't even buy the game Baldur's Gate for the Xbox because I don't like those games. But if it was in Game Pass, I sure as heck would play it because I ain't paying for it.
yeah.
I don't like turn-based RPGs like that.
You might do it if the story's good enough, but
Yeah. Uh, but my whole point is that I don't think Sony needs to respond right now. They got the mind share. That's the key thing. They can all, and they're selling consoles like crazy, but the margin on consoles is very small. You need to sell that attach rate with the games. That's going to make you your money. And the 30% they make from the developers from every game that's sold. So tell me again why they need to, at this point with this year, to respond quick, fast, in a hurry. If they need to respond, they need to be methodical. And you know who needs to do it? The person who they put in place. So the next person they need to put in place, maybe Pete Hines,
Mm,
could come into Sony and help them out. I was wondering when you was gonna pick that
surprise!
up, but
Like I'm back.
You know what? That's Sony fans dreaming. They don't need to respond.
no, they don't. They already the biggest
Why?
publisher, one of
They
the
don't need
biggest
to.
publishers. So why do they need to respond? Sony needs to focus on Destiny, get that game back to where it needs to be. They do need to expand out and put games day one on. And you know why? They need to put games day one on PC because you noticed how well Starfield did day one on PC. Now, if Starfield would have came out 2 years later, I don't think it would have did as well. Day and date, it's going to do well because the hype is there for the game on both ends, the PC and the console.
Games like Starfield prove, you know, that Game Pass is worthy, that people still is gonna buy games.
Now, if I left Game
So yeah,
Pass, I'll buy Starfield because I want to keep the game. But as long as I'm in Game Pass,
yeah.
it's always going to be in Game Pass. Microsoft games will always be there, so I'm not worried. But anyway, let's get to this last topic real quick. Because I don't, again, let's just, like I said, I want to close that topic. I don't think Sony needs to respond, but I do agree with, I'm going to rephrase what Mega said, because what he said is actually true. Sony needs to hire whoever the head of the game is going to be, but he needs to be more personable and get to know the people and
Yes,
understand the gamer.
Yep.
So
Yes.
well
that's
said
in
nicely.
essence, yeah, in essence, that's what Mega was saying. Because you do need to know your game and you need to understand them. You need to be able to say, "Hey, I'm gonna come play. I need to be able to play video games like you. I need to understand the games, and not just be on the financial point of saying, well, I just need this game to make X amount of dollars so we can be profitable." That's already understood. No one's in business to lose money, so you have to be profitable. But you are more profitable when you can understand the market. You can understand the gamer. You can understand what people may like, and not just saying, "Oh, we're Sony and we're this and we're that."
Don't seem only money oriented. Like, all right, we
Hmm.
get it.
So that
Oh,
being
and
said,
I mean,
you may not
I'm glad Jim.
don't get somebody that's like, hey, I used to work at Frito Lay.
no, I think they're gonna. I think he's
Yeah.
gonna be Asian. I think it's gonna be somebody from Japan. I don't think they're gonna pick. If they do, they're gonna pick somebody that's known that we know. They may bring Phil Harrison back. I didn't think he was that bad at Sony.
He was okay.
Yeah.
Was
This
this
make.
PlayStation
Yeah,
3
I mean, he was
era of
okay for
Sony
that.
or
Yeah, that was PlayStation 3.
ah?
Yeah.
But all right. So last week, and I predicted it was gonna fail. Woke up the next morning, getting ready to head to my home, coming out of town. Woke up that Friday morning, getting ready to get on the plane. I'm like, oh, merger went through. So the CMA, and I'm glad I was wrong. I admit when I was wrong. And the CMA approved the merger finally, which is a total BS because they should have did it anyway. And Microsoft XYZ, they own Activision Blizzard. First and foremost, did any of you guys see the commercial? And if you
Yeah, I
did,
saw it.
what was the best part
Yeah.
of it that you think? What was the best part of it? I'm gonna start with you, Double. What piece in the video made
Best
you say
part.
the best part? Just what piece of the video? I'm like, oh, it was like they knocked it out the park. What part of the video knocked it out the park for you?
Just
It was
to
in,
just
it
to
was
see
in,
all those
it,
characters together.
yeah, it was inspirational.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to
Uh,
see all those characters together like that.
okay.
For
Uh,
me, yeah,
okay.
definitely.
What about you, Mega?
Same thing with Double M. Also, I like video game crossovers in general.
Mhm.
There's a particular scene that was like that gives me chills. It was one of the characters from Overwatch. I may be wrong, but one of them said, "We're home."
Yeah,
Oh,
that
Yeah,
was a good one.
yeah, that was
That was
cool too.
from that was
Yeah,
from Warcraft. That was Warcraft.
Yeah, Warcraft, World
He
of
said he
Warcraft. Yeah.
said he said this is home. I mean, they took that. Okay,
this is home.
this is home.
Yeah,
Uh, what about you, Jazz?
I didn't get to see the commercial. Now I want to try and pull
Okay,
it up.
yeah, try to
Oh,
pull it up.
all right. Let me
And
see.
what did you see it, Surge? Just
Mm-mm.
go to Xbox.com on YouTube, and then you will see it. You should see it. Okay, let me tell you what the best part of it was for me, because you guys, it was the guy, was it from StarCraft? And he said, "It's about time." That
it's about time.
blew that blew me away. When that character said,
Look,
"It's about time," I'm like,
about time.
"Oh my God, that was just on point." Now,
You know they made that video probably months ago, right?
no, that video was made many because it launched too early. That means first that was the first thing that you saw when you went to Xbox.com. If you go to Xbox.com, it should be right there with Bill's announcement. But so
They was
what
ready to
it
load it up.
did you find the Jazz?
Yeah, I got the site up now. Is
Let
this
me see.
it?
Let me look. It's a video. You should see it.
This is
Let's see.
Xbox.com.
Go to Xbox.com. Let me see if I can go there real quick. I thought I sent a copy of it to you guys. Go to Xbox.com, Xbox Wire. No, they don't have it up there anymore. Go toward the bottom where it says Xbox. I mean Activision Blizzard joins Xbox. Let's see if that takes it. Yeah, that takes it. Yep. Go to Xbox. Go to Xbox.com.
Cool.
Go all
Got
the
it.
way to the bottom, and then hit that button
All right,
to
here we
play the
go.
video.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow.
Oh, already got me.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. All the sounds of the earth are like
You viewing it
music.
with the?
All the sounds of the earth
Okay.
are like
I think everybody should see
music.
that.
The breeze is so busy, don't miss a tree.
Since I'm the
So,
oldest on here,
this is home now.
just remember playing Activision games
Family.
on a cartridge.
That's
you know,
cute.
Pixar had
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a
We need an army.
I can get us an army.
I got a beautiful
Application is
feeling.
started by ex-Atari employees. Just a little fun fact. Go out there.
It's about time. We're a team. All of us. No one fights alone.
I'll follow
No one fights
from here
alone.
on out.
Aw. Isn't that sweet? They even use cell phone captions. That was nice.
Now,
yeah, it's
there you
really
see.
cool. Cool video.
Right. That was very inspirational. It was a great video. Like I said, my favorite piece is when the guy from StarCraft said, "It's about time." So, as you well
Space
know,
Marine.
as you well know, that Microsoft is not releasing any games out right now. They said next year they're going to be in Game Pass. I think that's the financial reason why they're not going to do that because Starfield, Call of Duty is going to, I mean, it's just going to rule. It always has, it always will for the next couple of years. So it could be not stupid. It'll be unwise for them to put any games in Game Pass. And with them waiting, do any of you think that it will allow them not to become less dependent on putting all the other third party games in there? Because the Activision Blizzard has so many games, Call of Duty games. You can put two Duty games a month in Game Pass, and it's still going to blow people away. And if you put Spyro and all those other games in there for the next couple of months,
Yes.
you will just
Yeah.
even just say, okay, we're going to put them in there and we're going to do a slight tweak to it, but they own it. They can do that. And this would be like new games if they do the treat them, give them the 60 frames per second like they did back with Compact, did all that extra work and just went in and did it. Those would kind of be like new games. And that to me is what they could
It,
do and what they should do. But I would wait because I would not, and just from a financial point of view, I wouldn't put Call of Duty, any of the Call of Duties in there until February or March of next year because you want to let this Call of Duty make as much money and
oh,
do as
let it
well as it
breathe.
can.
Oh yeah, yeah. They'll let
But
it breathe
right, but
for
when
sure.
it does,
But I
when it does, go ahead.
now I was about to say
OG,
everybody has their favorite Call of Duty. You know, I'm the World War II guy, so I'm pretty sure that just to see all of those up there, that'd be mind blowing.
That would be cool.
That'd be really mind blowing. You can play your favorite, you know.
Shoot, they got mine
hmm
out.
So what do you think the strategy should be, OG? Just to
I say wait to maybe like you said March, April, the springtime. Let this one breathe a couple of months that's coming out. I think that'd be great. Yeah.
surge.
Uh, I think they just want to see how to integrate it, fine tune the integration, like see if they have any projects that need help, and just trying. I would hope because they don't want another Redfall, just to see like get a hold on the projects that's being held and just integrate them with any kind of help and just be a good support and figure out the direction that they need to go as a unit.
I think they're going to be hands off. Well, let me rephrase, relatively hands off.
Well, I don't
Meaning,
mean like like an intro pack, like not like on like, but just to make sure like, hey, like for instance, like I said, not they were hands off of Redfall, but at the same time that they didn't let them know how much help that they had at their helm if they were to need it. You know what I mean?
well, I think here's the problem with that. The problem with Redfall is that the team that did Redfall, they didn't know how to do multiplayer. That's what screwed them up. They had no experience in multiplayer. And that detracted from the game because the game was barren. They didn't know how to do a lot of that in there. With teams that work with Call of Duty, their specialty is that. But my point I'm trying to get across is what games do you think they should hold off with a lot of their back title games? Because the games they got coming out, they're going to be coming out soon. But if do you think, since I'm saying that, do you think this unannounced game they said they have is an open world game? Do you think it should be Xbox exclusive, Xbox PC?
Mm-mm. Not
You know?
exclusive. I think it should be some that they have exclusive, but not like all.
Okay. I'm a differ with you to some extent. Call of Duty is always that. Um, Overwatch, yes, but any other game, I would try to make it exclusive to the Xbox 100%. because you have to grow Xbox. That should be their main thing, grow Xbox, regardless.
especially if they're
Xbox, and
making like a new IP.
that's what it is, a new IP, just like Starfield. So you
Yeah.
got to keep those new IPs at your home base. And if you do that, you'll grow. And like you said, the biggest point of growing for Microsoft to me, when it comes to money, is going to be the next Call of Duty when it hits Nintendo. And if they can make a version that'll fly off the shelf with Nintendo, and they can say, you know what, we're gonna hook Nintendo up and put a lot of those old Call of Duties on the new Nintendo, that's an instant money. And I think they should do that
Yep.
because they need to. They just
Shoot,
spent
I even buy me
69.
some. No.
Well, you'll be in Game Pass, but they won't let you put Game Pass on that. But it'll be fun, like playing it on PC and the two stores. They people are saying that the Bethesda, not Bethesda, what is the what's the Activision store called? BattleNet is better than Windows Store, so they need to merge the two. And I think BattleNet is can become the gaming store
Well,
if it's
BattleNet
just
was from Blizzard.
right, but it's still but it's Activision Blizzard. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know it's from, but
But it's
it was
Activision Blizzard,
yeah, but it was the system from Blizzard. It is
right?
Activision Blizzard, but it was from the Blizzard side.
Right,
Just
BattleNet. But I'm just
clarifying on that.
right.
That's
But
all.
BattleNet is theirs, and there's
Mm-hmm.
some people are saying BattleNet is very good. It's
Mm-hmm. Just like
designed
it.
great,
That's why I said it was Blizzard's because Blizzard had the StarCraft and the Warcraft engines from back in the day, and
but the
they
store,
always had good servers and whatnot. Oh no,
okay,
even World of Warcraft, all the years of them running that server, and they had run it smoothly with millions of players on it.
okay. Uh, Jazz, what are your thoughts? Yeah,
I think it's smart. Because with mergers, besides the game aspect, you got to think there's a lot of staff
back
changes
end
and
and back
adjusting.
end, right, and the
Exactly.
redundancy, getting rid of the redundancy.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, it's
that.
going to be a year or two. It's going to be 2 years before they get all
Mm-hmm.
that, and then the
So
back end you got to get together.
yep. So
I'm in no
that
rush
mainly
because
with us just waiting to see. Like we just merged. Let's just see what happens and make the next moves there. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
It'll
they
be a
have to do a
while.
lot of like management stuff for ABK.
and
Yep.
what else? And OG, what else? Because I'm gonna tell you once what's the biggest problem I would have. OG, he dropped.
With ABK?
No, with them
With
putting all these games.
ABK?
Yeah, we're putting all these games in Game Pass. But it's good for them to wait, right?
Yeah.
OG,
Yeah. They can not a whole year.
they can wait
I
at
wouldn't wait
least
a
six
whole
months.
year.
I can we wait at least 6 months.
Yep.
You know why?
Hmm.
6 months, maybe
It's,
June, maybe like around
I would
E3
do
time.
April. I would say April.
Just before
I would say I would say April and build up for something for I would say April and then drop the new Call of Duty in Game Pass in E3. But the reason why I say now we can wait is we already got too many darn games playing Game Pass right now. Dead Space is releasing in
True.
2 weeks, and that's gonna take my time right there.
Yeah,
So
that's me all day. Man,
yeah,
that's my game. That's my
oh man.
gamey game.
and what would be in your merger, system merger? I'm gonna go one by one. What do you think they should bring back and put on Xbox if they could remake it or redo it or something that was on PC you would like to come over to the Xbox? OG.
Man, I'm old school. I want a pitfall.
Okay, that's good. How? Like a
Oh,
pitfall,
third
like
person.
Indiana. third
Third
person
person.
Like Indiana Jones, or
Yeah.
what's his face? What's that one? What's that one on PlayStation? What's his name? Nathan Drake. Yeah,
Uncharted. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Pitfall for
Yeah, and I
you.
want Infinity Ward. You
I
hear
only
me?
want.
I want
I'm
Infinity
only.
Ward to do it.
Mm-mm.
I want them
They
to
don't have
build
the.
the game.
They
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Mm-mm. You taking somebody that makes
But there's
multiplayer
some,
games.
Phil said that in his interview, right?
Hmm.
Phil said that in his interview.
He said what?
He's going to ask them what else they want to do.
Right. I understand that. Here's the
If
stickler.
they
I
want to
didn't know
work
that.
on other titles.
Here's the
I haven't seen
stickler.
the full I haven't seen like the interview, but
Here's the scary part of this
if I
merger. Hold on. Let me say this. Here's the scary part of this merger that scares the hell out of me, and I hope they didn't agree to this. From what someone said, if Infinity Ward says, let's go help Halo, then since Infinity Ward touched that, Ubisoft has the right to put that game, because it'll be an Infinity Ward game, into the cloud under them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Not necessarily.
It has
I
some
don't believe it.
software, therefore it's ours.
No, no, no. But
If some of
here's
the
the
devs leave over to go to 343 and help over there,
and that's what they're saying. I don't believe that should be any
it's
contract.
not
I think,
then it won't be an.
but that's my whole point. Even if they did help, it's not their game. It's not that original IP. If it's in, and then I'm gonna go to something that we can. This is what I want people to think about, because remember, Ubisoft gets all the Activision Cloud's games, right? Or have the rights to. What if Microsoft makes a bunch of them and Ubisoft can't afford to buy them? Should they get out the right to cloud rights to it? If they can't pay for it, how are they gonna have the rights to something?
Who?
Because technically, all of their games that go to the cloud, Ubisoft has the rights to them under the Activision Blizzard side. Does that make sense to you? To any of you guys, does that make sense?
Was it limited to Call of Duty?
No, it's I just said it.
Was
All
it?
Activision Blizzard games. It goes to the cloud. They have the cloud rights to it. And for what they're saying, it's into perpetuity. That's cloud game. Microsoft developing and can sell it to whomever, but Ubisoft has the rights when they pay for it. Now, here's the thing that I don't think this is going to be as easy as Ubisoft thinks. The biggest part of the cloud is that I think that the EU, it doesn't work like that in the EU. It's totally different, because all the other cloud providers can put it in the cloud, and because the EU is totally different. But when it comes to the rest of the world, I don't know how that works, because to me, if I was a FT, if I was a government in the United States, like, you don't tell us what deals you negotiate with Microsoft, they don't apply to us. We are a sovereign nation. You make your deals for your country. You don't make your deals for us. But according to what I think, I'm going to get his name, Florian Mueller said, he was like, no, that applies worldwide. So if they help Microsoft, say 343 develop Halo, then technically that would be a cloud game because they touched it. I don't believe that's in the contract. That can't be that stupid. But if it is, it's crazy, because I think companies
I
have the
don't I
right
don't
to
think it.
companies have the right to be agile and be productive with their teams. Now, if they have a new IP, then I can understand that. But if it's an IP from Microsoft's other side, they shouldn't be able to touch that. So What are your thoughts, Jazz?
What I would like to see,
Hmm.
is Spyro. Honestly, Spyro's a fun
I think
game.
that's gonna. I think that's gonna happen because I think they're gonna uh, want to hit young people and everybody else in casual. So I think that's definitely gonna come.
Yeah, that game takes a
Even
break.
even if they have to do a revised one or they send it out the house to be remastered.
Just don't overdo it. Is my one plague. They try to over modernize stuff like that. Just keep it simple.
Okay, Surge.
I say a good one would be StarCraft, especially since it's free already to put on the console and then Game
Yeah,
Pass. And Warcraft 3 maybe. If that could give Game Pass sold poorly, put Reforge in the PC Game Pass, that would be useful.
Mega.
Man, I want Spider out here killing people.
You
What the
want
heck?
what?
All I heard was
What?
killing people.
You be killing people.
Right, watch out for this man. Ooh,
What did he say?
I don't know. Mark, what you
I
trying to
said I
do?
want Spyro out here killing people.
Oh
Oh,
Lord Jesus! All right,
Spyro.
Yeah,
Mega.
you're
What?
gonna
Number
be on the
five,
watch list.
Mega. What would you want?
modernize.
Mega. What would you want? Double talking crazy.
Anyways,
We want the racing.
but you know me, I'm a platforming genre guy. I'm more focused on Crash and Spyro.
Okay.
How the heck did I forget
But
about
I
Crash?
think
Thank you.
what the two things I do agree with OG. It'd be great if they made Pitfall, but would it tell the studio to be either like Indiana Jones or Nathan Drake, be to hit it out the park, or a kart racer using all of the characters.
Huh.
Knox, all the characters from Halo, all of the characters.
I'd play
Banjo-Kazooie.
that. I'd play
That
that.
would be, yeah, that would be great. And that's that's about it. I could see StarCraft if they redid the controls for the controller at
That's
the
what I'm
PC.
thinking.
Yeah,
Please don't make a battle royale. I'm gonna just say that now.
no,
Okay.
no, I don't want the battle royale, but I'm talking about a
Please.
kart racer that could
Yes.
reach out to the casuals and go mobile. Oh yeah, that would be off the chain.
Them car races are good for mobile too.
You said they're not good for mobile.
I said they are good. They're
Yeah, they
simple
are.
to making,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
So those are what I think. But we'll see how this comes out. I think over the next 6 months. Oh, if I was petty, and I wish I was petty, but if I was petty, you know what I would do if I was Microsoft? But they can't do it. They don't have enough time. OG, if I was petty, what would I do?
What would you do?
If I was petty, if I was
I don't
Microsoft, if
know.
I was petty, what would I do?
Make
I will
everything
put those.
expensive.
I no, I'll put those two Spider-Man games in Game Pass tomorrow that they made.
Huh?
Oh,
Immediately.
Shattered Dreams.
Yes, I would.
Immediately.
I'd be petty,
Oh,
and
that's
I'll put
super
them
petty
right.
mode.
Yeah, I would be petty.
They Activision, ain't they?
Yeah, that-
Happy
You just gave me
Halloween.
memories of me. You just gave me memories. Trick or treat.
When
But
did I do
Hey,
that?
anyways, I was
hey.
about to.
Shattered Dreams. Shattered Dreams was good. That's one of my favorites.
well, I'm telling you, that would be just oh, they'll piss people off. But that's how you do it. Now,
Friend,
last thing,
Spider-Man friend or foe was my childhood.
just the last thing I want
Friend
to
of
say real
Foe.
quick.
And that
Yeah, both of them they were good.
The last thing I want to say before we end this. Did anybody hear that or hear about Call of Duty skins? Now they're everywhere instead of just being on the PlayStation timed exclusive. Did anybody see that? Because I'm seeing more Call of Duty commercials for Xbox than I have at any time.
Hmm.
Yeah,
well, hey,
yeah,
I
you
maybe
saw
have.
it
it.
connects to the
It's
merger.
new commercial.
But like we were saying before the podcast,
If you go to their channel on YouTube,
No,
Yeah, I
you.
think the deal ended all that. I think that deal did end that, but I was just wanted to know if anybody knew as
Yes.
100% fact was that the case.
I want to know, is it going into effect now or is it like down the line, all that?
I don't know. That's what I was asking you guys.
I don't know.
And I also like what Phil said. He said all content is going to be across the board. Period.
Sharing is caring.
I'm glad he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody
So
deserves that content.
we'll see how this plays out with over there, especially when your money paid for. Ain't like it's a free to play game,
Right, right.
but we'll see.
Sure.
We will see. Well, with that being said, hey
Call of Duty
everyone.
started out.
Yep. Let's get our outros out the way. So let's talk about where we can find you, Jazz.
Who, me? Oh,
And
here.
everyone, yes, young lady, you first. And everyone, thank you for staying with us. Thank you
Yes.
for listening and like and subscribe
Like and subscribe, please.
and pass it on.
But you can find me here every Thursday with the crew, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, I am on Twitch as Jazzy Moto. Also Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and YouTube, all Jazzy Moto. So check me out. And I have a store. I got some t-shirts.
All right, for the t-shirts. What about you, Serge?
You can find me on X, also known as Twitter, as Sir_Rich. You can find me on Facebook as Sir Rich Gaming. On Twitch as Sir Rich, as well as YouTube as Sir Rich, as well as here every Thursday with the crew.
Okay. OG.
You can find me here every Thursday with the rest of the crew. You can also find me on Twitter, OG Double M, Fighting Console Wars.
Are you
Certain
winning?
persons I give clicks to other people, but I really
You
don't
do.
care.
You do. Yes, they know certain
I,
person is
I,
me.
I, I really don't.
It's me.
Giving them attention.
I don't care.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't
algorithm.
care. And I,
I,
and I noticed
Eating the
I'm
algorithm.
if you
not.
look at my analytics, let me finish. When I
Okay.
look at the analytics, I see that over 200 people be looking when I say something on their channels. Okay. So I'm reaching somebody over there. And you can also find me on Facebook, All Things Geeky.
Okay. All right, Mega.
Well, you'll find me here every Thursday, right here on the Gamers DMZ podcast at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. You can find me here every Thursday with the crew. You can find me on Xbox, PlayStation. I think I'll be streaming tomorrow. Try to start early, but I don't know what I'm streaming. I got to get past this one part in Starfield. I may do that part. This is a very difficult part, so I may stream that. I don't know. But that's where you can find me again, everyone. Go ahead.
I was about to say, can you stream the Twitter yet? I heard that was coming.
I haven't. I don't see it as an option yet. I can stream the
Oh,
Twitch.
not yet.
I don't see that as an
On
option for
the
this.
Xbox, I don't think you said that.
They
Mm-mm.
said
That's
something like that was coming. They're probably gonna make people pay for it too.
Crazy.
Yeah, I can see them people paying for that.
What's a stream on Twitter?
Yep,
That'd be
Twitter
crazy.
X.
Gotta be a blue
I
check
mean,
mark.
they already have like they're already testing the whole like you need to subscribe like $1 a month in order to tweet or do anything.
You will see
If you
good
guys
help.
even heard of that.
Yeah,
That's just weird to charge
Yeah.
people to stream because I ain't pay nothing for Twitch. Like, can you imagine that? Nah. Anyway.
If Twitter charged me anything, I ain't gonna be on that no more. I'm gonna take it over. That'll be the end.
Yeah, I hear you.
Blicky, you
And
right.
then all the whales can live in SeaWorld together. And I'll come visit and look through the window every once in a while. But I'm not living there.
Heck
I'm
nah.
okay.
Ha.
Y'all can have
They
it.
can live there as long as they want.
Bruh.
Alright, y'all ready to holler? Everybody ready to holler? We hollering?
Holla, holla.
Alright.
Holla,
y'all.
holla. I'm surprised search
Catch
didn't
y'all
start that.
later.
No, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
and
Holla.
it's quiet, everybody.
That
Let's
search
go.
cold.
Everybody have a good evening. We ain't
Oh,
get
dang,
no
you already
further.
left. Okay, all right.
Right, like, hey. Alright, well, y'all have a good one. Thanks again, Blicky, for joining us.
Holla, 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 holla.